Do you think X would have been what Carti is right now? I think X would be long past Carti, I can't lie. But we've already talked about this. Like, so if you think about what Juice WRLD was, Juice WRLD, I think, was bigger than Playboi Carti even now. If you take music, Juice WRLD was already hitting those numbers. Solo, Lucid Dreams already hit a number 2. And that was just a single. That was no rollout. That was just like pure good music, no promotion. Yes, it was a Lyrical Lemonade music video, but it blew up because it was such a good song. It was radio everywhere for so long too. Evil Jordan, I think, might have hit like number 3 or something. So, but that fell off pretty fast. It was all just basically because of the hype of Carti dropping his album, which I'm not shitting on at all, but Juice WRLD was just a bigger artist than Carti ever was and still is. Although maybe Carti has a bigger cult now, but even so, like Juice had a lot of fans like in his cult too because of how emotional his music. It's hard to really compare. But so similar to that, I feel like X was like Carti before Carti. He had that cult, but maybe even to a stronger degree, because again, he had that emotional attachment aspect to it and like spirituality where like people, his fans literally thought he was God or like a demon or something. It was definitely, there was something weird about it, like eerie about it. Whether you thought it was good or bad, like it was kind of like he had an actual spiritual connection with his fans. And perhaps that's why it ended so fast, because he was just so big. And it was independent too. That's the thing. But anyway, so would X be bigger than Carti? For sure. I feel like he already was bigger than what Carti is now. He was already hitting these big numbers. What was the last? What did X sell on ? Album first week sales? I guess it didn't hit that high. 134. I don't know. I feel like first week sales, as we all know, is not the final indicator about who is bigger than who. Because I think we all know that X, if you go through all of his songs on Spotify, let's look. Look at this. Fuck Love was literally the biggest song on SoundCloud until BTS showed up with Trippie Redd. And that has 2 billion streams. Revenge, almost 2 billion. Falling Down, 1.4 billion. Hope, look at all these. All of his top songs are billions of streams. Whereas Playboi Carti, and of course Carti has just recently gotten to this level, so we can't really equate him to that, but like, as in, of course, X's songs, since he hasn't released as much music, they're going to have more streams on them comparatively when you compare song to song, especially because they already been out for, 7 years or something? So Carti only has one song. He's only got one song over 1 billion. So I don't know. I just feel like X was way bigger, dude. Even to Carti, compared to Carti now. Because even if you go to his performances, like you see Carti where he's the headliner at Rolling Loud, X already had that. Where like his performances were crazy. And the fact that we're still talking about him now, and like he's still remembered, whereas most artists from that era, like nobody really talks about Pop Smoke like that, although he had way less time on this in the music industry. But I don't know. I feel like you can't really compare it at all. And frankly, I feel like X was one of those artists that made underground cool. Because he's actually from South Florida, which is where I am right now. And I remember, like, before I even knew who X was, he was, I don't know, packing out clubs or like small clubs and venues where people would be like fighting outside trying to get in. it was a whole differently. Like y'all talk Carti's aura, like X's aura was disgusting levels. X would be where Trippy and Lil Pump and Smoke Perp at. No. The thing about X2 is he was kind of progressing into more melodic music, like sad or bad. Whereas he started as a rapper, but he was like more versatile. Even than Carti, he was probably the most versatile other than maybe Juice WRLD. Because he was making songs where he literally sang, but he also had like mosh pit type songs. I feel like his albums, like I like Carti's music better, but genuinely speaking, I feel like X had way more of a pull on his fans than even Carti does now. Because again, it has an emotional aspect. The ethos versus fucking, what is it called? Pathos. He had the pathos, which is authority of a speaker of writer appeals to audience emotions. That's like one of the strongest things you can do as a writer.